Good day, everyone. It's Monday. Normally, for most of us, Monday is not fun, but when you're excited about something, every day is an amazing day. So, I want to say welcome to Happiness, Hope, and Healing. I'm losing track of the number of episodes we're on because there are just so many stories. And before we start, I, of course, quickly want to say we don't diagnose, treat, or cure. We don't make any medical claims. We simply love to share the stories of people who are finding themselves again, finding their happy, finding their mojo, just feeling like themselves again and getting their life back. So I have today a very good friend of mine, Nicole Morton. I followed her for a super long time. I don't even think we've met in person yet.
Not
We're
yet.
just like Facebook fam, and that's one of the things I love about social media. I've followed her journey for a long time. We've been in a previous company, sort of running alongside each other. And I just love the passion that she has. We've connected on the line of we both love to help women. Love to help women discover just their best self, who they are, find their inner strength, find who they were designed by God to be. And so I'm super excited to have you here today, Nicole. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's my honor to be here. I love watching these because I just love a woman's redemptive story. And so I find hope and healing in every one of your videos. So it's been so cool to watch and now be able to have the honor of being a part of. So I just thank you for having the space to share what you are doing because I know that it's changing people's lives.
Thanks.
And like you mentioned, we ran in a different business as sidelines, but I've always admired you as well. And so it's just so cool to be here together in a different way.
It
Um,
is.
so a little bit about me. Okay, I am a mom of three boys. They're teens. I've got a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old. Everybody pause.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
it's
look old
hard.
enough.
Oh gosh, you're so sweet.
You
I
don't
was
look
gonna
old enough.
say that's so sweet. I was gonna say typically when I say that, I hear someone somewhere in a room or in conversation go, "Oh, like yeah,
Yeah.
teenage years are tough, right? Teenage years are tough, and I've got a lot of testosterone in the home." But I've got sweet, amazing young men that are growing into who God has called them to be, and just a lot of prayer around them. I'm also a
Absolutely.
wife. Um, we've been married. Actually, we just celebrated our 15-year anniversary on the
Oh my
24th
gosh,
of
happy
October.
anniversary.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And he's my biggest supporter, honestly. Not that I was going to get into it, but we let the Lord lead. He actually said to me, or he was actually saying to me that he felt that I needed to be back here. And I'll share a little bit about that here in just a moment about what here is. But who else am I? So I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a child of God, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a friend. I'm someone who wants to help other people feel good. So, Faith, like you said, we just both have a desire to help women see it's not too late. You're not too old. You can find freedom. You can find healing. You have your very own redemptive story, whatever that looks like for you. And I want to help people find that. I want to help people feel good again, but in the process of just feeling good, right? Not just this band aid to feel good, but truly, genuinely go deep, peel back the onion, go into
Yeah.
those layers that we really never take the time to go into and help people feel good. That's like that's like a little synopsis of me.
I love it. I'm a boy mom too, so I totally get it. I had two boys 5 years apart. They are now like grown, like 22 and 28. Like,
Oh,
I know. I'm like, I do not feel the age that you represent me as, but
you don't look it either, sis.
thank you. Thank you. But I agree with you. Like, so many women feel like, especially at our kids are growing up, they're doing their own thing. It's like, I was saying this to my boyfriend the other night, like, we don't we get to this stage of our life sometimes and we're like, okay, wait, who am I? Like, my kids don't need me as much. And sometimes even that relationship with your spouse or your significant other is like, okay, who are we now? Like, we're supposed to always be growing. I heard somebody say, if you're not growing, you're dying. And so, you some women can get to this place and be like, I'm not sure what I wanna I'm not happy with where I am, like, they feel like, okay, now, like, my purpose as a mom has kinda shifted, or a wife, or what it's kinda shifted, and so what do I do with myself now? Like, I know I don't feel completely fulfilled, and so we begin to search for those other things, and a lot of times we as women we're those fixers, we're the healer, we're the one that wants to make everything better for everyone. So I love this space in the industry. I wasn't going to get back into health and wellness because I did weight loss, and I think you're the same. You do it for so long, but there's this part of me that's like, there is so many more legs to that stool, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. All of those together synergistically need to be healed and grown. And so I love being in this space. But I want to hear your story. So what led you here? Like, what tell me about your growth and the things that you're healing from, and the things that you are like, you're just such a bright light. I love it. I love you, just inspire that there is so much hope, and there's always another page in that story.
Yeah, well, amen to that. So I give God glory and honor in everything that I do, right? Like without Jesus, I would not be here today. So first and foremost, I want to say that, I'm very bold in sharing that.
Amen.
Um, Healing is not linear. There are so many layers to healing. And I mean, I'm still today healing from trauma from when I was 17, 18,
Yeah.
21. I could probably go back and pull out stories I'm healing from when I was a little girl. And there is a little girl inside of every one of us, just like there's a little boy inside of every male.
Yeah.
I speak to women, I feel like better because I'm a nurturer and I believe that they can receive it better. And so I typically work with more women than I do men, but it's the same for them. We
Yeah.
all have an inner child inside of us that is longing to be seen, heard, accepted, loved, a, get the adoration that they maybe feel that they didn't. And look, all in all, our parents did the best that they knew how to do, right? And I grew up great. I had a great upbringing, parents who
Yeah.
loved me and loved me well. But I still, as a child, probably there are moments where I felt less than or neglected or not cared as much for. And we have to speak to those moments inside of us to be able to move on and move forward. And so, like you mentioned, becoming a mom, becoming a wife, doing all the things, like you have these aspirations, most of us, to get married and to have children. I always knew from a young age I wanted to be a mom and I wanted to be a wife. And thankfully, I was blessed to be able to be both of those. And it wasn't for me so much that I lost who I was, though I did. If I now look at my story and go back, that's not how it all started for me, though, when I wanted to get into this industry. So I really didn't even know that I was getting into an industry of making income. I went to a party one day, saw jewelry that I wanted to get for like 50% off. It was like, sign me up for whatever this is. That's how I started. Then I moved over to like makeup. Oh, hold on, I can get jewelry for half off. Can I get makeup for half off? Okay, so here I am in this company. And then I learned that my voice could be used here in a way to minister to women. And I thought, okay, well, I really like this. I now know I have a gift of exhortation. But back in the day, I was like, I just love being everyone's biggest cheerleader, right?
Oh,
Yeah. And so, anyways, long story short, I got involved in the direct selling space, became part of social selling, network marketing. There's no, it's not bad. I know that many people think that it's a bad thing. It's not. There are bad things that happen in everything,
yeah.
but there's also a lot of good. And so I got involved, but like you, shifted from jewelry and makeup to wellness, an area that this world, the US, cares a great deal about, in as much as they want what you're selling. But what I found out after 8 years of really trying to help women in this area, and I'm walking through this myself. So when I say this, I'm speaking to myself. It is an onion that has to be peeled back layer by layer by layer. It is not a quick fix band-aid. What works for you, Faith, may not work for me as fast. And so then people fall off and they don't want to do the hard work. And so then I was like, I need to become a coach. And so I
Yeah.
became a certified life and success coach so that I can do like this missing piece to what I felt the
Right.
wellness world didn't have, right? Like we could go a little bit
Yeah.
deeper if we talk about life stuff. And then, hey, I can help you be successful too. So win-win.
Yep.
And then I even took it a step further and became a certified fitness and nutrition coach, focusing specifically on macros, macro and micronutrients, and
Love
how to
it.
couple them. And I know you know all of this, right? Because you
Yeah,
come
I love
from
it.
a very similar world.
I love
Um,
it.
but what I will say is the enemy wants to come in and steal, kill, and destroy, right? We know that his motive, his MO never changes. It's always the same.
Yeah.
And for the past 2.5 years, I did nothing. After being in a place where I was ministering to women for over almost 12 years, I took the last 2.5 years, probably more than that. If I'm being honest, probably from 2020 to today. So 4 years,
Yeah.
not using my voice. It was almost like I was silent.
Hmm.
And I kept feeling like there was this void. Like I felt content and comfortable because as I stepped away from all that I was doing to minister to other people, I started ministering to myself.
Yeah.
I started sitting with Jesus more. I let him heal me. That would be a whole nother broadcast week, and I don't want to get into too much of it, but he healed places of my hearts, and forgiveness was given in places I never dreamed it would be possible. And I
Right.
saw people who hurt me the way that Jesus sees them. And it was beautiful. But there was still
Absolutely.
like this aching desire in me to want to do more. And so I dabbled in and tried a couple other things. And while there was good in those good things weren't always God things for me.
Right.
And they never ended up producing fruit. And I don't mean that they didn't produce favor, because they did, but it didn't fill me.
Right.
And so anyways, I spent a lot of time praying. I asked the Lord, where are you calling me to next? What would you like me to do? How would you like me to serve? Because it's a question I ask every day. And he reminded me, his word says, ask and ye shall receive, right? And so I've been
Amen.
asking him, but okay, maybe he wants me to ask the people that I've been ministering to, right? These social platforms, while there's a lot of bad things here too, there's a lot of
Yeah.
good. There's a lot
Yeah.
of good. There's a lot of connection. There's a lot of
Yeah.
relationships I wouldn't have today if it wasn't for this social
Yeah.
platform. And so I asked on Facebook one day, if I was to step back into the network marketing world after 2.5 years of not being here, what area do you feel you need the most help in? And I think I had makeup, wellness, health and wellness, weight loss and fitness, and mental health. And literally 9 out of 10 people said mental health. And a lot of people still talked around the fitness aspect, because if you follow me, I have a CrossFit shirt on here. You're going to see me working out somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in 2020, remember when I said, when I stopped ministering to others, I started ministering to myself. I realized that I needed to start caring for myself. I needed
Yeah.
to move my body. I needed to fix things that were broken inside of me. This is my vessel. I'm supposed to honor it. Have I really been honoring it? The answer was no. And
Right.
so anyways, people, answered, and lots of people reached out pitching opportunities. And I was so humbled and honored to have heard them all and to even try some of them. But there was one person who reached out to me and asked me, how are you doing mentally? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a small question, but it's so loaded. And no one has
Yeah.
ever asked me that. And it was like when I got asked that question, the floodgates opened for me to be able to
Yeah.
say, you know what? I'm overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated. I think I've even experienced depression. I had 3 massive panic attacks just this year alone, though I didn't know that's what it was. I thought I was dying. My doctor was like, no, you're not dying. That's a panic attack. And I'm like, but I'm not anxious.
Right.
I don't have anxiety. I'm not anxious. I'm not worried about anything. Like the joy of the
Right.
Lord is on me. It was like I was deflecting what was
Yeah.
right in front of my face because I was okay. I had this. And when I said those words out loud, it was finally like, oh my goodness, a light bulb went off. And so that was Marina. And she said, I just want you to try these mushrooms and minerals and tell me how you feel. And I said, okay, well, that sounds disgusting, but okay, I'll try.
I was
um,
like, oh.
yeah.
Wet
And
mushrooms
lo,
did not sound appealing.
yeah, like I'm like, dirt water? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I do like mushrooms to eat, but I didn't know how they would
Same.
like, do you juice the actual mushroom? Like, no, that does not
Yeah,
sound
I know.
appealing.
I
Um,
agree.
and I tried. And I don't know how far you want me to go into it without asking me another question. I could talk forever about what happened
I love it. You're
thereafter.
doing perfect. That you're doing
Okay.
exactly what I want. I wanted like the lead up into what led you here, how you experience when you try them. Like you're doing perfect. You're perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm like, I don't want to take over and monopolize this. But so that led me to taking, my first sip of my mushrooms and minerals. Oh, cheers. Oh, I need that little topper. That's so cute. Please tell me where to get that.
I got this on Amazon, but you have to drill a little hole in his head because he's meant for the like straight straw. But
So
so I
cute.
just, yeah, I just stick him on there. He's my little happy reminder.
Okay, we need to send me that link when we're done.
Yeah.
I'll definitely do that. But it led me here. I took my first sip of this, and I'll be honest with you. I've watched a lot of people talk about how they tried something and within minutes I felt different and I'm like, really? Come
Mhm.
on. Because everything I had tried, let's be honest, everything I had tried, 90% of it didn't work for me. I never had my own personal transformation story,
Right.
or the things that did work for me never worked for me that quick. And
Right.
so when I took my first sip, I remember sending a message within 20 minutes saying, there is absolutely no way I can feel as
Right.
good as I do right now.
Yeah, I thought I was nuts. I'm like, this is in my head. This
No,
is like placebo because I want it to work so bad. Yeah.
that, that. And I'm like, okay, so we'll try again tomorrow. But what I was experiencing in that first 20 minutes was that every overstimulated, overwhelmed, okay, it's like a computer that has all the tabs open across the top. It was like all of them were closing one at a time. And I was able to focus in on the one task that I was supposed to be focused on, not focus on like do that thing, but also be worried about all these tabs and all these tabs and all these tabs. And then here comes my kids coming in from the door. Hey, mom, I'm running because I've got teenagers. So they're always telling me where they're running or what they need. It's like, remember when you were just little and you wanted to sit with me. Now you just want to bombard me and tell me all the things that you need or where you're going. And I'd find myself forgetting things. I'd find myself snapping at them because I just had too much open. And so 20 minutes, all these tabs started to close. I was focused. And I cannot even describe the euphoria I felt, like the mood enhancement. I was like
Yeah.
beat bopping and dancing at my desk. Oh my goodness. I went out with my husband a couple days later. So, like day 3, we went out with my middle son, took him out to go get something to dinner. We were going through a drive-through because he had gotten home from something late. So we're like, we'll take you out to get something to eat. And we're listening to like old school music, and I'm singing along and I'm dancing and I'm like recording videos. And my husband just looks over at me in the car and he's like, I don't, this is going to sound so funny. I don't know what's in those mushrooms, but keep drinking them
Yeah.
because I feel like I just got my wife back after 5 years.
Yeah.
And so I joke, like they're not psychedelic. I promise I can't do any of that stuff. Promise you.
Me neither.
Um, but
It's as
there is,
close legally as you can get to microdosing without actually microdosing. So all of those benefits within the functional mushroom and the formulation of what the nootropics and the vitamins and the amino acids that's in it. Yeah. So
yeah. So
mm,
it's like, it's my feel good juice. It's the one product that I've ever taken every single day. It's the one product from the one company that I don't have a million containers sitting of unused. I actually went through my first full bottle of the mineral source and my first full tub of the rise, and I kept them for proof that I actually went through two full products because
yeah.
that wasn't happening
Same.
anywhere else that I either wasn't enjoying it or it wasn't giving me results. I didn't
Right.
feel it.
Well, and it's very difficult when you're trying to help people, but their body is out of whack. Like we don't know everything that's going on within somebody's body. So the products and the ingredients that, things that we've promoted in the past, it's not that they're not great products. It's that if the body's not primed and aligned to receive it, it's not going to give. And so you're telling them, well, when you're on it for 30, 60, 90 days, you're going to start feeling different. That's a really hard thing for somebody to swallow, to do something every day and not feel results for, like, not many people are in that for the long haul. So having something so high impact almost immediately for 90% of the population for me was like, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so true. You know, it's an instant impact product that when anyone uses this, whether it's day 1, day 3, or day 5, within 5 days, someone is feeling something different. And I just said to someone yesterday, as good as I feel on the outside, I can't imagine the improvement that is happening on the inside, knowing what the 7 different organic mushrooms do, and then also knowing all of the benefits. I was actually more attracted to the source product than I was the Rise in the beginning before I tasted them and
Yeah.
experienced it, because I'm 42. You know, I care about my bone health. I was taking zinc, magnesium. I knew the importance of like iron and all of the other things that are in that source supplement. And then knowing that it was the liquid version of it, it had the black fulvic minerals. I was like, this is a no brainer. Everyone my age and older, probably even a little bit younger, needs this. And again, it
Mhm.
replaced 6 different things that I was buying in pill form that I didn't love taking
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
And so I do believe that it's a great combination of the both that has changed my world in 28 days. In 28 days, it's been 28 days that I've been using this product. Okay,
That's
a little bit more
amazing.
because I started a little bit, my trial, my experience
Yeah.
was a little bit before the first
Yeah.
of the month. But 28 days of waking up every single day, feeling alive again,
Yeah.
not feeling overstimulated, not feeling depressed, feeling inspired again. And now with that, just sharing my experience of product use, I've been able to minister to women again. And I've never, in the 12 years that I've been a part of this industry, led with products. I've always led with opportunity because I've always been a great business builder. I've always been able to teach people how to make extra money. But
Yeah.
what if you experienced something so massively life changing that made you feel better, aligned, alive again, inspired, motivated, whatever the words are that you're looking for, that in
Yeah.
just sharing that, that could also generate an extra stream of income. So I feel like this
Right.
is like the perfect storm. I don't know.
I agree. And the fact that within the 5 days they're going to experience something that's going to make them feel like, I need to tell so and so. Like, it's a natural conversation because you're not convincing someone while you're waiting for your own results. You're like, Susie, I'm telling you, like, I tell people all the time, my story, if I wasn't living it, I wouldn't believe it. So I almost have to pull back on all the whole experience that I've had. I have all the doctors, I have all the receipts, I have all of it, but I almost have to like pull back on it a little bit because it is so incredible. But, and I love, this is what I love. Mushrooms are adaptogenic. So every single person's experience is going to be different. You could Google functional mushrooms and whatever you're struggling with physically, mentally, emotionally, and you will find that the 7 that we have in here are listed with countless benefits for that specific health concern, mental wellness concern. Like, that's what I love about it. So it's a product that's, every single person I know has a completely, well, I didn't experience that, but I experienced this. And so it's almost like it gets in your body and it personalizes your experience, which sounds really insane. But I mean, cultures have used mushrooms for centuries and exclusively used mushrooms and herbs for health and wellness and medicinal purposes. So, we're kind of late to the party, but we're here
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah,
one
and
of
that was interesting to hear, like that this had been around for a while. This isn't something new. It's
the
just something new that's been brought in its own unique category.
exactly. Yeah, and you mentioned it too. So there, people can get, like, I love these low cards. You can get these little 5-day experiences if you're skeptical. Like, I mean, most people I know have tried a billion different things, and felt like they wasted money. So they're like, but you can try, like, you can get these little 5 little sticks. You can reach out to Nicole, you can reach out to myself. We will make sure whoever you're connected to, maybe you're watching this video because somebody you know shared it on their wall. We love to operate with integrity and we love to protect the house. This is very important to us. We will make sure you get connected with whoever shared this with you. But you can get the 5-day experience. One thing I never really talk, like 5-day experience is my last resort for people because something we haven't discussed yet is the frequencies that come on the product. That's one thing
Yeah.
you get in a 5-day experience, which for me has been a game changer. I've used supplements since I was 12 years old, and you're probably the same. I've used all different kinds. I'm like you. I have never had anything go into my body and start making a transformation mentally, physically, emotionally within hours. 90% of the people will notice within the first half hour to hour of drinking it, and they call you and they're like, I don't know what this is, but this is what I'm feeling. You don't get the, and I believe that's the frequency because frequencies are charged in our straws, healing frequencies in these little discs. They're charged for life. I threw one on the back of my necklace. I make little necklaces for my customers so they can put it on and do that. Um, I always recommend the 30 days. 5 days, you're going to feel amazing. But like by week 3 for me of both of these, I suddenly was not experiencing the discomfort that I'd suffered for years, barely being able to get out of bed. Sometimes, showering, toileting, getting dressed, all of those things became very, very difficult for me. 3 weeks in of both of these, and I was like, this is the first day and I cried. I messaged my person and I was like, my voice note, she still has it. I was in tears. Like, this is the first day I can get up, I can get dressed, I can walk, I can move, and like my whole body just felt free. And so I always recommend the 30 days, you guys. I'm going to be completely honest. It's an empty bottle, money back. I mean, I'm like you. This is the first, this is the first time you see the bottom of a container. Like you could get here and be like, you know what? I'm just not happy. It wasn't what I expected. And you can get your money back. You have zero risk in that department. I promise you that's not going to happen because it's going to blow your mind. Like there's no other way to say it. So I want to quickly go over some of the other stuff just because I want people to see this is the caffeine free, you guys. It is coming back. It's not here right now. Little birdie told me soon it's coming. And then we always do limited edition flavor drops. This was our summer one. This is my last tub, you guys. Watermelon limerita. And we do have another fall flavor popping in just a couple days. I'm super stoked. Hot or cold, it's going to be my beverage of like frosty winter beverage. I'm so excited. You have the source we've talked about. I don't know if you're using this stuff, Nicole. Have you tried either of these?
So Sync, yes, I started about 2 weeks ago. Cannot tell you how amazing I'm sleeping. I don't know what else it's doing yet, but I do know I'm sleeping great. So I'm super grateful for that.
It's amazing. It's got, you guys, it's got magnesium, collagen and peptides. It really is. When we talk about I need my beauty rest, this is giving you that beauty rest. The magnesium, if you have restless leg, it's a huge GABA, shutting down all those tabs. So someone recently told me this is our balance. So CBD, CBN, CBD, CBG. I recently learned that when you pair them together, like the CBD and the CBG or the CBD and the CBN, they actually exponentially increase each other's benefits. So it will help with like cravings, mood. Some people, if they have a headache, if they feel nauseous, like again, the results are ridiculous. But somebody told me to put these two together. So I've been dropping this inside of this
And then drinking it.
the
I gotta
last
try
2 nights.
that.
The last 2 nights, it was like I woke up going, oh, I guess I fell asleep. Like I barely moved. And I drink a lot of water, you guys. I just turned 50. Like literally my sleep used to be like naps in between potty breaks. It wasn't like a full night's rest. But like you guys, I'm telling you. So yeah, somebody told me to try this together. The last 2 nights, it's been mind blowing. So and I can't forget you guys because I am 50 and I don't want to look it. I don't want to feel it. We also have, people, a Botox in a bottle, whatever. Like this has stuff that like goes in beneath the surface of your skin and actually helps to keep the muscles from creating fine lines in your face. You can put this on and within 20 minutes, your face is very, very different. The fine lines, the moisture, everything. So there's a lot of stuff, y'all. There's a ton of stuff you can try. If you're just looking, this replaced like 5 different products for me. Like my face used to, I love those products, but did I have 20, 30 minutes every day to be layering? No, I did not. This is a moisturizer to a serum. Literally, like it goes on, it emulsifies, it absorbs, it doesn't ball. I've had some really good moisturizer that it balls when I hate that. It drives me nuts. So this is just perfect. Again, every single thing has these discs. I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to peel these discs off. I have a whole entire page of all these discs. I've got them on my phone. I've got them on my earbuds because they actually block EMF, you guys, electromagnetic frequencies, the negative ones that take your body kind of out of alignment. It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, I knew nothing about frequency. We have some
Same.
doctor videos. There's a doctor, a frequency doctor. He's world renowned. He trains other doctors. We'll show you those videos because I don't want to, like, I could nerd out right now. You're probably like me. I could nerd out and go into all the ingredients and what everything does. We're not going to do that today. But what we can
Now
tell
we'll
you
just point you to where you need to find it. Yes.
exactly, because we don't need to be the expert. You know, what do they say? Don't be a tool, use the tool. So
That's
yeah,
right.
there's tons of stuff. Wednesday is coming, you guys. Like we have 2,500 tubs of a brand new fall flavor. It's gonna go super fast. So you're gonna want to get in touch with Nicole, get in touch with myself. Like I said, if you've heard this through someone else, they shared it on their page, we will make sure you get connected to that person.
Absolutely.
For me, it's mission over commission.
That's
I'm,
right.
making extra money is amazing. Being able to help people feel as incredible as we feel is literally, there's no price tag you can put on that for
That's
me.
right.
So
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love that you're here, Nicole. It's amazing. I can't wait. Are you coming to Orlando in February?
I sure am.
I can't wait to have you. Oh, that's going to be amazing. So, you guys, super excited. If you're looking at this, you need extra income. I just want to say we're pre-launch. The ground floor doors are still open. There's no product like this on the market. It's a category creator with the frequency infused nutrition. And we're having a lot of fun and we teach you everything. We have this dashboard. You literally can go on live trainings almost any hour of the day. We do it together. We all help each other out. We are creating a movement that is going to be known worldwide. And I'm so excited that we are here at this time and this for such a time as this. That Bible verse keeps going through my head. You were
Amen.
placed upon the earth for such a time as this. So I thank you for joining me today. Y'all, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We had to do this on a recording today instead of live, but it's going to be good. It's going to be great. You can share this with whoever you want, and you're going to absolutely love how you feel. And we can't wait to hear your story of happiness, hope, and healing. So have an amazing day, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye, guys.